Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
All right, man, what do you say? Let's answer some questions from the Friendos, Larson.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, this first one comes to us from Hart the Dutchie. It says, besides Timothy Thatcher and Biff Busick, who else would make a great fit for the Blackpool Combat Club?
I'll be honest. I don't want to see any of the factions in AEW grow too large.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you would really need to add anybody else to it. I think it's a pretty solid faction as is.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'd add anybody, it'd probably be more people. You know, because the original whole idea of it was Danielson and Mox joining forces to not only win, but also mentor the next generation of wrestlers in AEW. And I feel like if they're going to, add more members, it should be for that purpose. They got Wheeler Yuta there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bring on Lee Moriarty, you know?
Yeah.
Wrestlers that fit kind of their philosophy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say, guys like, I don't know, some of the cast from, number one, Cal Jack. Let's expand to 20. No, right. Look, I totally agree with what you're saying. I don't think it should go out of control. But for the spirit of the question,
sure,
just other candidates that would be good, like Tom Lawler, I think would fit perfect. And Pete Dunne would be great. Butch would be awesome.
Well, Pete Dunne, yeah.
Another wrestler, actually, according to this, James Drake apparently is from Blackpool. I would actually love the Grizzled Young Veterans to be part of Blackpool Combat Club because you need a comedy element, Larson.
That's
the
true.
Grifters come over.
I know he can't wrestle anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Nigel McGuinness.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. That's
if he could wrestle again, Nigel.
That's really good. Anybody else from UK that we like for the Blackpool Combat Club?
I think A-Kid.
Oh, interesting.
Would fit in. Because he's got a really technical style,
I mean, clearly Mustache Mountain. Like, that would be, God damn it. Oh, that'd be so. Could you just imagine the interaction between Trent and Regal? How amazing would that be? Wouldn't that be spectacular?
It'd be something else.
Let me ask you something, Del Boy. Did you like working for Vince? He didn't know you existed, did he? That'd be amazing.
The real Derek G asked, do you think AAA will have an issue with FTR holding their tag titles and the IWGP tag titles at the same time?
No, I don't. But as long as seemingly maybe there's something about them being seen at the same time. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see when FTR actually wears the titles. Are they going to have the AAA titles right next to touching the IWGP titles? Because there's
be interesting.
The political stuff and the relationship between CMLL, in case anybody doesn't know. There's like political stuff that there's relationships between companies. And so last night it was very interesting. They held up the Ring of Honor title. They held up the IWGP title, but they didn't hold up after the win the AAA tag titles. And I wonder if there was some. Again, dude, I know we're clowns and everything, but sometimes we come up some good questions that people don't ask in those fucking media scrums. I don't want to do that. I don't like being there. Hey, Tony, Steve from Wrestle Juice here. I got a question.
Yeah. We just asked like the most ridiculous stuff.
Why didn't you show the other titles?
Well, Mayor Planet Houston said they had all 3 belts with them during the media scrum.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Maybe it's not a thing. You never know what's going to be a thing and what's not going to be a thing.
I know. Jason Lewis asked, since it seems to be a trend, should every major premium live event feature a match with a TBA participant?
Yup. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, should you actually do that? No, but yep, you should, because I love TBA, my favorite wrestler. TBA gave us moments like Claudio's debut, heavy metal in AAA, so on and so forth.
Exactly. Oh, Ryan K. Lamp here says AAA made an Instagram post about their title win.
What? That's cool. That's like the real Forbidden Door, isn't it? Like AAA and CMLL? That goes back centuries.
It goes back a long time, yeah.
It goes back decades more like that.
Yeah. B-Man Asked top 5 dream matches for Claudio in AEW and New Japan. I'll give me Claudio and Okada. Tops.
Claudio Suzuki.
Mm-hmm.
Claudio Taichi.
Great.
Claudio Goto.
Yano.
I'm just naming people at this point. Claudio Yamura. Claudio versus all the entire LA dojo.
Yeah.
Because we've seen they can't beat 2 people. Can they beat 1 person?
No.
The problem is Coughlin was not Android Coughlin.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe if Clark Connors was with them, they'd have better luck. Because he held his own in that 4-way match.
He did. He absolutely did. He's the guy that broke out from the pack. Yeah.
White Brownie, considering it's a gimmick pay-per-view, would it be better if WWE had 4 Money in the Bank matches, 2 for both brands, so you'd have Raw men's and women's Money in the Bank match and SmackDown men's and women's Money in the Bank matches? That'd be too many, I think.
No. He's here in chat. White Brownie, it's a terrible question. You are banned from questions for a week.
Wow.
So you're not allowed to ask another question on a Twitter questions thread until next Monday. Okay?
But imagine if it was a WWE pay-per-view with only 4 matches, all Money in the Bank ladder matches. In terms of the wrestling, that could be fun.
That's too much, dude. I need some.
There's too many briefcases. There's too many briefcases,
matches.
but it'd be fun wrestling.
I need some matches that are completely and totally meaningless.
Don't worry, White Brownie. I'm going to veto Steve's ruling there. It's fine.
Well,
you can ask more questions.
We're not going to put up another Twitter thread until next Monday. That's the joke of it. Anyways, let's see here. Johnny Ramirez. John says fantasy book the worst possible creative team WWE gets to replace Vince as head of creative and booking. One word: Vince Russo.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's literally unbearable.
Yeah, worst case scenario right there. Carlos Diaz, how much time do you give Wardlow to win the TNT title from Scorpio Sky, knowing that every promo he cuts, he loses momentum?
Wardlow's world.
Party time.
Excellent. I don't know. What was the question? How long will it take
until he wins the TNT title? He'll get it all out.
When's Scorpio available?
If he's healthy,
injured.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Dude, I want Scorpio to have that title for a second.
Me too.
Because that fucking LA title is amazing. He should do. Where was Wayne from? Aurora, Illinois.
Yeah, Chicago, pretty much.
The next AEW title should be Aurora, Illinois.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Greg Morris, if Punk isn't back by All Out and Mox definitely is not losing until he returns, is a possible FTR versus Young Bucks main events the show. Yeah, I think I brought up that idea recently as well, and I think if there's any time to do it, that would be the time.
I would love that. It remains to be seen if Tony Khan is going to consider something like that. He should. Because FTR, they are probably, I want to say, the most overact right now.
They're up there.
They're really up there. Yeah. But, if Punk is going to be out that long, Khan also might start to, it'll be interesting to see if they ever, if Punk is going to be out for a while, if they stop referring to the AEW interim title as the interim title. Because it's what you're just going to have that asterisk next to the title the entire time.
Also, they could say, well, if Punk's going to be out for a while, let's really build up this interim title to be a huge deal. So when they eventually have their unification match, it feels all the more special,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So who knows? Blake Elizondo, first title you think want Claudio to win?
The first title for him to win. How about this? Miro doesn't win the All Atlantic title until Revolution. Given some really cool storylines between now and then. But he wins that at Revolution. That gives you till February or March. And in that time, and how about Miro beats Claudio for the All Atlantic title? So it goes Pac, Claudio, Miro.
Okay.
Done.
Shane's birthday tweet after hearing Steve's favorite Cena moment is when he almost gave Rock cry face. Besides that, what is Steven Larson's favorite cry face moment in wrestling, any era, any federation? It might be when Punk gave Triple H cry face at that contract sign.
Yep, that is absolutely true. Yep, that's going to be the one. It was the DVD reference.
Yep.
Yeah, that was great.
Kyle, how do you summarize what has happened in the wrestling world for the first half of 2022? I think injuries have kind of been the thing.
Shit, man, you could say that about June of 2022. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so I'll say there's one word: upheaval. Cody left AEW.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge. That was massive. Mm-hmm. You know, we had Punk winning the title, but then like all these fucking injuries happen.
Mm-hmm.
You get the Forbidden Door shaking things up. I'm going to use the word upheaval.
That's good.
Yeah.
I can't really top that. NJWP, I know AEW has a big roster, but what's the one thing you would do so the roster was utilized to its fullest? More than one women's match on a show.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's a good one. Continue to use factions, grow factions so that they're just massive. Like it should be like New Japan where everybody's in a faction. There's only
minimum 12 members per faction, right?
Yeah, but also minimum 12 factions. Yeah.
All right.
144.
Which might be the size of AEW's
It
roster.
It might be. No, honestly, it's this. It's do what we were sort of talking about during the review or during the show today. Yesterday, I guess, at this point. And that's more stories being told on Rampage, on Dark, on Elevation. Mm-hmm. Like every show should matter. I don't care if it's on YouTube. And maybe Dynamite is that thing that sort of ties it all together. And that's where all your major stuff happens. But you still there's too many episodes. Like whenever I've tried to watch a Darker Elevation, that hasn't happened. I wouldn't have known about this past Elevation. But Rob tweeted about it. He's like, oh, there's a lot of stories going on. And so I was like, oh, Rob said it. I believe it. So I watched it.
Yep.
And sure enough, it's true.
A lot happened, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
Yep. Let's see here. Rody Code says, do we see more NXT 2.0 guys on the main roster or Ring of Honor guys on Dynamite to make up for all the injuries, or do people just get more screen time and get longer matches? I suspect at a certain point Ring of Honor is going to be relegated to its own weekly show. That's sort of like long-term probably what they're going to end up doing. But in the meantime, they're going to use Dynamite and Rampage, I suspect, to build up the July Ring of Honor show.
Yeah, I would think so. And you know, assuming that Ring of Honor doesn't get their own TV deal between now and then they'll probably continue at least the major Ring of Honor stories on AEW TV, and then all the other ones will probably be on Dark and Elevation.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I like this question here. Come Tuesday asks, if you're going to add a fourth person to join you for watch-alongs alongside you two and the Enforcer, which wrestler would you choose?
I'll say Big E.
I got to go with my dude Chugs. I'll go with Chugs. Seems like he'd be having a blast the whole time. Mm-hmm. But then it'd be like the Enforcer in hockey. People would be asking him, "Hey, what'd you think about the new Resident Evil?" And he'd talk for like 10 minutes about Resident Evil. I was like, "Chugs, come on, we're watching wrestling here, man." He's like, "Yeah, but people are asking me." Truncate your answer, please.
I mean, people are asking questions, so he's going to want to answer.
I know, but dude, he goes on forever about Resident Evil.
Well, you got to go into the situation knowing that's the case then.
All right, fine, not him. Stop talking about Halo, Chugs. Oh, no, that's good. White Brownie says Carmelo Hayes just to hear him shit talk every wrestler. That'd be good. Hey, that's kind of the answer, Carmelo and Trick. That'd be hilarious.
That would be great.
That would be like, oh my God, you see that move? I could do that move better. Okay, man. I didn't say you couldn't. Oh, man. Joke says if there's one wrestler you could do charity work with, who would it be? He says he'd love to work with Eddie Kingston and have him dress up like Santa Claus. That's a terrible idea. A wrestler to do charity work. Honestly, Baron Corbin, because he talks about doing charity work all the time on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd do that, man. He's probably cool as hell.
Yeah,
Plus,
he
you
probably
get
is a
some
pretty
good
cool dude.
meat tips from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
He'll cook you a nice steak.
Oh, that's good. Ryan K. Lamb says charity work with Daddy Magic. Hey, kids, come over here. You want some money? Here's a 20. What? You just gave that child a $20 bill? It's charity. Oh, man. All right, that's going to do it for us. How long is this video, by the way, real quick?
About 15 minutes.
Because my shit's not telling me how long this video is.
What?
Flying blind over here. It's
My
stuck on
goodness.
1 second. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notify bell. Check out one of these other videos over here. We got a couple videos. You can check out either one of them. We're not supposed to say bye on YouTube. We're supposed to say we'll see you over at one of those videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you there.
See you there.